There's a lot of information out there these days. Lots of misinformation too. We're gonna talk about some of the things that people say you should always do, but you probably shouldn't. Let's talk about it. What's up guys, my name's Noah, I make music as Haterade, and you are watching The Productive Producer. Before we get started guys, I wanna tell you guys about a free gift I have for you. In the description of this video is a free finishing music checklist. This is packed with tips for finishing your music, making those tough decisions on what to do with your track when you're not really sure, and getting it out there for everybody to listen. So go check that out. It's completely free. It's in the description of this video. As I mentioned in the intro, there's a lot of misinformation out there these days. There's plenty of information on YouTube. We live in a time where you can get information from pretty much anywhere. All you need to do is just type it into YouTube, Google. I mean, that's how you're watching this video. But there's a lot of stuff out there that people say you should do that you probably shouldn't. I'm gonna talk about a couple of things that really stick out to me. I also wanna credit Hyperbits, producer out of San Diego. He wrote a really great article on this same topic. I'll link that in the description. Let's talk about number one, trying to write the perfect song. Newsflash, you're not perfect. Thus, you are incapable of doing perfect things or doing things perfectly. Art is subjective to begin with, so one person's perfect is another person's trash and vice versa. So stop trying to write the perfect song. You can't do it. If you keep trying to write a perfect song, you are going to spend countless hours tinkering, trying to perfect every single little detail. It's great to be detail oriented. It's good to focus in on those little details sometimes. But when it becomes an obsession of trying, oh, it's not perfect yet, you have to know when it's done. Number two, getting constructive feedback. What? Getting constructive feedback? How am I gonna know what to fix in my song? There's a caveat here. Yes, feedback can be helpful. And no, I'm not saying you shouldn't get any feedback at all. What I'm saying is limit your feedback, like really limit it. Pick one, maybe two trusted producers. Guys who you respect, guys who know what they're doing, and guys who are professional about giving feedback. Also, you should only be getting feedback when you absolutely need it. If you can identify that there's something wrong with the song and you have tried to figure it out yourself and try to figure out what's wrong, what's missing, a good trusted pair of ears on the outside might be able to give you some insight. 90% of the time, just trust your gut anyways, because it's probably your best decision. Once you start introducing all these other voices, it just clouds your judgment and makes you second guess your gut decisions. Don't get in that feedback loop with a bunch of other people telling you different things, right? It's not helpful. Number three, drawing from your influences. I work with a lot of producers one-on-one, coaching them, helping them with their production. By far, the number one question I get is, how do I find my sound? How do I get that sound where I play a song and people know it's me right off the bat when I'm not singing, right? Because if it's your singing voice, then people probably know it's you. How do you think any artist found their sound? They honed in on one specific style and doubled down on it. When you're drawing from hundreds of different influences, pulling you this way and that way, like, oh, this sound is popping off right now. This producer's popping off right now. I should probably do what he's doing. Oh, well, people really like this. I should probably do that. It's cool to be influenced by those things, but you want to make sure that you're only taking the things that fit with you, your style. If you're drawing from too many sources, then it's going to, just like how we were talking about with getting too much feedback, it's going to confuse your listener base. They are not going to know what your sound is, let alone you. It's great to pull, like, I have a list of influences that have shaped my path as a producer. I don't let their music dictate how I make my music. And that's the point here. Number four, hustling. Specifically over hustling. You might be thinking right now, Noah, this is a channel about being productive. Doesn't that mean hustling? This channel is not about hustling. It's about being efficient. Effort doesn't always dictate results. Just because you spent 12 hours doing something doesn't mean you spent that time efficiently. It just means you spent a lot of time. The entire goal of this channel is to help you use your time more efficiently. I don't make music past 5 p.m. on the weekdays. and I hardly ever make music on the weekends. Why do I do that? I want to have time for myself. I want to have time to spend with my wife and play video games and do fun things, go out to eat and have a good time at enjoying life. And that's not to say that you can't produce 24/7. If that's what you want to do, then do it as long as you're enjoying it. Just don't get in this mindset that you have to put endless amount of time into the studio because that's the only way to make it. You're going to burn yourself out. You're not going to want to make music anymore, and you're going to quit. And what's the point of hustling if you're just going to end up quitting? Music is a really important aspect of our lives. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you're a music producer and you make music because you love it. That's awesome. Just remember that music isn't the only thing in life. Number 5, you need to be good at everything.
I'm the best.
Songwriting, music theory, sound design, marketing, DJing, mixing, mastering, networking. You want to hear something liberating? You can't be great at all of it. You could be sorta good at all of it, but you can't be great at all of it. We all know those guys. The guys who sorta know how to mix, the guys who sorta know how to produce, sorta know how to market, sorta know how to DJ, and they're just floating down here. We want to get up here at the thing we're really good at. You want to find that one thing, maybe 2 things that you're absolutely insanely good at, and outsource the rest. If you don't know what your biggest strength is, ask some of your trusted feedback sources. Someone who knows you really well. Maybe your girlfriend, your mom, your brother, your sister, somebody close to you that knows you really well. Ask them what your biggest strength is. If they aren't really familiar with the music industry, ask somebody who knows your music really well, somebody who's followed you for a while. Ask a fan. Maybe you have one raving fan who just loves all your stuff. Ask them what they think your biggest strength is. Do a little homework on that, find out what your biggest strength is, double, triple down on it. The bottom line is to try to avoid the trap of trying to be good at everything. It's wasted effort. We want to be efficient. So if we're going to spend time on something, we're going to spend time on stuff that we're good at, or the stuff that we really want to be good at. I hope this video is helpful for you guys. Remember, the free finishing music checklist is in the description of this video. You can grab that for free. Should help you a lot with knowing what to do when you're stuck on a track. It'll help you get out of that phase of not knowing what to do with your song and getting to that finish line of getting ready to release. If you have a topic that you'd like me to cover in a future video, leave it down in the comments. I'd love to read those. And please consider being a subscriber, because I make videos. They're coming out every Friday, and we're starting a new mini-series soon. So I'll see you guys soon, specifically next Friday. Peace.